When you talk about those attacks, one of the biggest attacks you've faced from the Cruz campaign is skipping forums and some other events during the course of this campaign. Why did you make those decisions, and do you feel like maybe that's been misportrayed a little bit?
Well, if that's the worst one that they've made, now keep in mind, for the first 6 months of the election, I was the acting governor while Governor Perry was gone, as well as the lieutenant governor. And we had wildfires in Bastrop. I was gone. We had wildfires around the state. I had a lot of other responsibilities, and I couldn't necessarily be going. But I made, I don't know, a half a dozen to a dozen of the joint forums. In fact, I just did one on Friday with my opponent, and I made all of the debates.
Cruz is Hispanic. You speak Spanish. We've heard talk about the possibility of a Spanish language debate. Is that still something you'd consider?
Oh, if Mr. Cruz would be willing to debate me in Spanish, as long as there are English subtitles so everybody understands what's being said, I'll be glad to do it.
When we talk about the Hispanic population, no, it's very likely whoever wins this runoff will win in November, and some have predicted that in the near future Republicans might not fare as well because we have a growing Hispanic population in Texas. The thought is that a lot of those might vote Democrat. Do you feel like that's kind of the future of Texas?
No, no. Over the last several years in elections running against Hispanic candidates in the general, I have won a number of border counties. And that's because people understand that it's not Republican or Democrat. If you're trying to strive and live the American dream, you don't want to be paying any more taxes than you have to. You want your neighborhood safe. You want a good public school education. These are all things I have fought for over the years.
Do you feel like Democrats will have a stronger presence in 4 years, 8 years from now?
Well, I think obviously our population, our demographics are changing, but that makes all of us have to work harder for everyone's vote. It's not just the Hispanic community, but the Asian community, the African American community, the Anglo community. We're going to have to work harder for everybody's votes, and that's exactly what I'm prepared to do.
You and Mr. Cruz seem to agree on one recent topic with the Obama administration's the policy change that would allow some students brought illegally into the U.S. to avoid deportation. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's a bad policy. I question its constitutionality. This is an attempt by President Obama to band-aid a problem, circumventing Congress and just blatantly try and pick up some votes. We ought to be approaching this by securing the border, stopping all of this illegal immigration, drugs coming in that are killing Americans, transnational gangs that are coming in and wreaking our havoc. We've got virtually a tsunami of people coming across our southern border in different counties, and we've got to stop that. And my answer has been consistently over the last 3 years, let's triple the size of the Border Patrol. The reason I say that is because we've been running surge operations with our DPS and our local sheriff's departments and their constables. And each time we do that, we shut down a sector of the border. So we can do this. It's a question of people. And that investment is far less than what Texas and the other 49 states are paying on illegal immigration.